If you missed out on the calendar last year, don't worry, it's there. Okay, if it was for this rule that you can send a National Guard in Oregon, do you feel unfettered to send the National Guard into whatever city you want now?
Well, I guess so. That was the decision. I can send the National Guard if I see problems. I looked at Portland over the weekend. The place is burning down. It was burning down. We weren't there. We didn't spend much time there because we were waiting for that decision. But the court probably maybe that influenced the court. But you look at a place like Portland, it's ridiculous when they say that there's no problem. The place was on fire over the weekend. But we did. We won the case. Court of Appeals. I think it was a nice circuit. So that's we got.
Too much Fox News, bro.
Opinion that we were going to use the National Guard.
This is Democracy Watch, or that was Donald Trump speaking to a reporter in the Oval Office who had asked if he feels unfettered to be able to send in the National Guard, to which Donald Trump replied, I guess so. I looked at Portland over the weekend. The place is burning down. It was on fire. And so clearly, based on the decision from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals staying the lower court's ruling, that's Judge Ambergott, a judge who Trump himself appointed, based on this ruling, he now feels unfettered to be able to deploy the National Guard, not just back into Portland, but across the country. So, first and foremost, can you speak on the legality of this line of thinking where now he does feel unfettered to be able to send in the National Guard wherever he wants?
Yeah, and he does based on clear law, right? I mean, that's the other part of this clip, right? Is that what he's saying is, I believe that Portland is burning when it is in fact not burning, and that is actually a verifiable fact, right? It's not a question of opinion. The only thing going on in Portland are people riding bicycles and a bunch of people dressed up in sort of T-Rex costumes. And so what I worry that the Ninth Circuit has done, at least for the time being, is that they have blessed that Donald Trump can live in a fantasy world and then deploy the military based on just a pack of laws, just like a verifiable laws. And that is why this opinion is so dangerous. And it's the reason why, and I know we'll get into this, why
He's fucking delusional. And fucking all the people that fucking follow him are fucking delusional also.
And if it is going to be reversed, let me just say it needs to be reversed quickly because Donald Trump could do a lot of damage.
And by the way, that's what there was a three-judge.
Look, I get drunk and fucking high every fucking day. And I'm fucking smart than that fucker.
Herself said this not only needs, she said, like, unto herself, it needs to be visited by the full court here, and it needs to be done quickly for exactly the reason that you laid out. So, can you talk a little bit about what would en banc review look like? What's kind of the process that we should expect now, and whether it needs to be done because it was asked for by one of the parties, or whether the judges are just going to do it sua sponte unto themselves?
Yeah, so the first thing I just want to make a brief note that, Clinton judges are not what people now think of as like Democratic judges. First of all, the way in which judges were appointed back at that time was much less controversial and partisan. But the second thing is Bill Clinton actually just appointed a lot of good moderate judges. Like, these are not, she individually, this particular judge, tends to be actually very moderate and very understated. And so the fact that she is sounding the alarm really should give everyone a lot of concern. So the way the Ninth Circuit works, which is different than any
homie.
So large, is
there you go.
Is every judge in the circuit votes whether or not to take the case into consideration, right? En banc just means re-argument before the entire court. And everywhere else they do that, they vote among
first game.
Judges, and then, ranking all those judges who cases. But not in the Ninth Circuit. The Ninth Circuit is so big that they actually take a panel of 11 judges and use that as the en banc court. So it's not actually every judge, it's just the 11 judges that get drawn somewhat random, but it can still